Mike Brown has been coming up. His name has been
What do you
resurfacing
mean?
with Warriors Twitter and Warrior fans. How much do the Warriors miss Mike Brown?
Do you think they do?
Well, he was a defensive coordinator, right? Number one. And he also had the wristband with the rotations. He would make some of the substitutions. He came up with the patterns.
Well, the substitution patterns. Look, at every coach in the league, fans are frustrated with the substitution patterns. But I swear to God, Monte, I've never been more like, what is this lineup? More in my life than this year.
It's been wild.
It really has.
It's been wild.
I mean, remember when we were arguing about how many minutes Jonas Jerebko could get?
Oh, my God.
Take me back to those days.
Oh, my God.
The Jonas Jerebko minutes.
So, tonight, you better beat the Rockets. Because then you have Minnesota and Portland. And you've got to come out of the stretch at least 2-2. At least. At least. And pray that Steph Curry's back next Friday. But, I was thinking, we brought up vibe and the joy. Dalton Johnson, I asked him right off the bat, what's the vibe like in UCLA as they reconvene?
He gave us 2 chains. It's a vibe.
It's a vibe. He was just like, oh, man, they're feeling good. They feel like they got their championship spirit back. And that thing was broken early in that game yesterday. Although they did cut it to 3 at the half.
Oh,
it felt
they cut it to 3.
Like, honestly.
This is like the old Warriors.
Honestly.
It's single digits.
Right.
Oracle rises as one.
But no, hold on, Shasky. I swear to God, yesterday in NBC Sports Bay Area, I had about 7 people walk up to me during the first half because, I just feel like we don't even have a shot to win this game, and I haven't felt like that in a long time. And I got the same feeling. I was like 6-point underdogs, man. That's kind of low. Felt like they could get blown out. Now, to see it happen is one thing, and the way it happened is one thing, but it felt like watching that game yesterday from the opening tip to the end of the game. Did you really think the Warriors were going to win that basketball game? And that's the sad feeling that I had.
You came out after a week off when, just got to get to the All-Star break. Got to get to the All-Star break. And you came out and you gave that effort. I'm sorry. I would have thrown a chair or flip the spread, break a clipboard, do something. Somebody show me we have a pulse.
Dude, live ball turnovers, the timing of the turnovers, lack of rebounding, fouling because you're getting blown by, reaching in, left and right. I'm just sick. I'm sick.
I know that you have these fat heads on your panic meter thing where it's your face going across the spectrum of zero panic to mad panic. Or what are the 4 stages?
Yeah, here, let me pull it up. The 4 stages. I'm not tripping.
Not tripping.
Slightly concerned.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Uh-huh.
Everyone panic.
See, I would have one more that would put Shasky and have my face. You pull it out from behind, and you're like, we're here. We're at situation critical, and it's almost game over, little flip. That's where we're at.
Did you see what he just did?
Yes, I inserted myself into the pregame show.
What a narcissist.
I know you love that.
This guy's a narcissist. He thinks I'm always talking about him on a pre- and post-game show.
Well, you know what?
Because you know what? Because
you
weren't
with the
only
Minotaur,
one.
maybe you could just have my ass and your face on the fathead.
This guy talking about, I always talk about him and Clay. No, it's you, Steiny, and the 15,000 other idiots who wanted Klay Thompson out of here. Called him washed up. But
I would like him to pretend to play defense.
That was art, right? He does try to play defense. Leave Clay, Looney, do not touch them.
No, Clay's offensively amazing, but defensively, there's a whole other side of the ball.
But he's trying defensively, though. He's trying.
Thank you. Ninth highest paid player in the league. Thank you.
Well, does anybody else try?
No.
Does your boy Jordan Poole try to play defense?
No, and I've been crushing him.
Does anybody else try to play defense?
He's also only making $3 million this year. Clay's the ninth highest paid player in the league.
I don't give a damn how much he's making. He's worth the squeeze. He's giving you everything that he has.
I mean, man.
Everything that he has.
Man.
Is it good enough? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But Clay gives you everything that he has.
I'll meet you there.
Come on now.
I'll meet you there.
Clay's at least trying to defend. Clay's at least trying to defend. And I've seen him defend at times, guys like Ja for possession. Now, he can't do it all game long, but he can do it for stretches. Clay's the last thing I'm worried about right now.
Well, he's not last. The last thing I'm worried about is Steph Curry in terms of him on the court. I mean, but come on. Clay's not last.
Hey, Bay, 510 area. Today's not the day. Today's not the day. I come down to your road, buddy. You don't want me to do that. Trust me. You'll be blocked from that YouTube chat. Keep going, buddy. Let's go to Oreo Cookie in Oakland. Oreo Cookie, what's happening?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? Man, I love the passion, dude. It's just I got so many thoughts going into my head. It's hard to put them into words. I've been a fan way back in the days before when we had the live band playing during the game. You know what I'm saying? So I've seen a lot of bad teams. And I just want to say, Steve Kerr, thank you for being here with us and all that. But That dude, I don't think he's developed anyone, man. I can't even say he's developed Poole. The people that developed Poole is way back in the G League. You know what I'm saying? Kerr if he ain't got his assistants, bro, he ain't nothing, man. I'm sorry, bro. I'm just frustrated.
It is very Oreo cookie. What's the biggest frustration that you have with this basketball team?
The rotations, man. The rotations. You got to play the young guys. How they supposed to get better, man? You know, some people, they don't practice good.
Yep.
They play better in the game. You learn by playing in the game. We gave up way too early on Wiseman. Like you said, like you've been saying, nobody's playing defense. So why point this guy out when he could give us 20 points a game, and we probably could have been close to last night winning?
Yeah, I'm with you there. Steve Kerr in the rotations, defensively, Shasky. It's been like, if they lost by 5 yesterday and they were in that basketball game, I could live with that. I could say, okay, there's a little bit of hope. You lost by 5, no Wiggins, no Steph. But the fact that you were down 28 points in the second half to the L.A. Lakers.
The first game of the break.
First game of the break. But also, you get LeBron James to shoot 5 of 20. LeBron James scored 13 points. 13 points. AD took 5 shots and could score a combined 25. And then, oh, by the way, D'Angelo Russell sprains his ankle in the first quarter, Shasky. And you're telling me that they were down 25? It's the way it looks. It's the way they lost. And I'm telling you right now, over these last 23 games, how does it play out? Does it make Joe Lacob rethink who should be head coach next season? Does it make Joe Lacob rethink the whole luxury tax issue? Does he just say, you know what, we blow it up. We didn't make the playoffs. We won our last ring. Let's reconstruct the roster around Stephen Curry. What happens? How do these last 23 games look if they do go down and not make the playoffs?
How have the last 60 games looked?
Not good.
Okay.
Not good.
Okay, so like...
But is that enough to start making wholesale changes?
No. You got to try to squeeze the last embers of whatever this season is. And then if you find out, like, let's say you go on a 4-game slide here, all right, and it feels insurmountable. Right. Like, yeah, I do start to, like, switch things up. I can't go 2 full seasons with the yo-yoing of Kuminga. Mm-hmm. I just can't. He's got to get, at some point, you got to just, what do they say? Get off the pot, when you're trying to train your child how to potty train. Like, at some point, I got to see Kuminga. Or relegate him to the bench and then move him in the offseason. Like, one or the other. You can't yo-yo back and forth.
In the list of disappointments of this season, the youngsters, the development of the youngsters.
The turnovers, at the top. No, to me,
the free throws, the health.
The veterans' focus is number one, because I think they have taken not enough heat for not being as good or as ready from the jump this year as they were last year.
Right.
Then we can get to the youngsters and the vets and Kerr's minutes. And starts with the veterans.
So the veterans,
the guys making the most money have been not as good.
So for you, it's the veterans who get the heat. That's number one.
That's number one.
On your list.
On my list.
All right. I would say coaching and development is number one on my list.
That's two.
Because I figured the veterans during the regular season, I get it. It's another 82-game grind. They've won championships. It's a quick turnaround. You played in June, you win a championship, and then you have the Japan trip, which broke apart training camp, which is very strange. I would have petitioned to not go to Japan. I'm like, dude, we can't go. Now I get the league already scheduled it. You have to go to Tokyo, Japan. It is what it is. But you break up training camp, and then you have an older roster. So that's where the development of the youngsters, I'm like, I need them to carry us early on so the veterans keep their legs. Because Klay Thompson didn't do anything this summer. And I don't blame him for not doing anything this summer. You got to get mentally over it. We all go through mental stuff, Shasky. He said, last offseason I worked hard and I tore my Achilles. I'm not going to do anything this summer. I'm going to enjoy the championship. Now, he came back late. He comes back. He comes in late into the games. He doesn't have his legs. That was a problem early on. I'll give you that.
But it's not just all on him.
It's not just all on him.
On that point about Klay, okay, if you know that heading into the offseason, then why did you let GP2 go if you needed perimeter defense?
Well, GP2 had the abdominal surgery. He wouldn't have been available for the first 30 games anyway.
Then why didn't you allow Moses Moody opportunity to play more? Why didn't you acquire another shooting guard, small forward on perimeter defense? Why'd you let Quindary Weatherspoon not become one of your two-way players? Like, see, if we're going to do and I'm with you on the Klay thing. There's a medium ground here.
Right.
It's not all on Klay. But if you know these things are baked in and you're talking to him throughout the offseason, well, then you need to set your roster up and you need to allocate minutes to offset his shortcomings.
That's why developing the youngsters, to me, has been the number one issue.
Okay.
You failed that mission. You botched that plan. And now Wiseman's in Detroit. Moody's lost. He doesn't even know. Like, he doesn't have any confidence right now, and I can't blame the young man. He's not playing, and now you're jerking around Kuminga's chain, where Kuminga should be one of your top 7 players playing, and he's not.
But you also are missing the 3 bigger points on the veterans. Curry's been hurt. Wiggins has been hurt. And Draymond knocked the lights out of Jordan Poole. All 3 of those things.
You know what?
So all 4 of my veterans have something big going on.
You know
this
what?
year.
Even with the Steph injuries and everything that's happened with the Steph injuries, he's still been part of games.
No doubt.
I could count 7 games where Steph Curry's been involved in that they've blown. And if you get those 7 wins,
I agree.
All of a sudden, we're not saying they're 29 and 30. We're saying, oh wait, they're 36 and 29.
But they don't have the equity built up into the season like they did last year to withstand his absence for long periods of time. And yes, he is part of closing out those games to building that record up.
Why don't they have that equity? Because they blew all those games early in the season.
Yeah, you're right.
You blow 9 double-digit leads?
Yes.
That was on the veterans.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
You spent 3 months figuring out what Jermichael Green was when he's been in the league for a decade, and he's 33 years old.
Well, we forget
you don't even know what he is.
Well, we forget he had the staph infection. So he missed a bunch.
That's another part.
He missed a plethora of time.
And the irony is that I actually think that Dante DiVincenzo signing has been a great one. Like,
it's been really good.
And
it's been a highlight.
Looney, watching Kevon Looney play last night, I was like, dude, this guy's so low maintenance. You're starting. You're not starting. I need you to rebound. You got to set screens. You know, we want to rip him when he misses a layup. This dude, I will go to bat for Kevon Looney for the remainder of his career.
Yeah, no doubt.
He's just such an unsung hero.
The consummate professional. 5th game with at least 15 rebounds.
Yes.
He's a great dude. He got honored at the Positive Coaches Alliance.
100%.
He's a good dude, man. I love Kevon Looney. Dante's been good. Hopefully they bring him back. Maybe he's priced himself out with the way he shot the 3-pointer. He shot 44% from 3 in his last 25 games. He's been on a heater.
But he's a guy pricing himself. He's a guy that I would prioritize.
I would keep him here. This system fits him.
Yes.
And I think he understands that. Let's go back out to the lines. Lines are lit up right now. 888-957-9570. Let's go to Nick in San Jose. Nick, what's happening? You're on the roast.
Hey, I want to say 2 positive things to start and then ask some questions to you guys. First of all, I am so thankful for the 4 championships.
Agreed.
Through bad times. And having Steph Curry and Captain Clay as our faces, been so thankful. And you 2 are just average Joe guys that are passionate and you see the game so well. Now my questions.
Thank you.
You know, if Andre Iguodala was going to be a celebrity assistant coach, then just pay him as assistant coach.
Thank you.
It's a horrible message.
Thank you.
Number 2, at least Steph Curry incrementally got better each year on defense. Jordan Poole has gotten worse. I agree with you, Bonte, that all the changes have hurt him a little.
Yep.
But his fundamental things, staying in front of this person,
Thank
you, ball and man. It's so infuriating. I hate to say this because Jordan Poole's a good kid. He cannot be the face of this team.
I'm with you.
And he's not a winning player right now.
He's not.
Things.
Great call.
Go ahead, Nick. Go ahead. Finish up strong.
Last thing. I have a 7-year-old kid. I coach the YMCA basketball. Each day I see my son get better shooting the ball because we practice. Draymond Green scored 34 points in Game 7 in 2016, the game we lost. How has he gotten worse offensively?
Nick, he has not scored 25-plus in a game since Father's Day of 2016, that Game 7.
Dude, that's such
How can he be that bad offensively? How does the coaching staff allow Jordan Poole to make the mistake? And God, please put Baldwin in and Moody. I cannot see the 10-day players any longer on the court.
Nick,
I want to hug him.
Nick, he started off
Shasky
strong.
from San Jose.
Dude, I love Nick. That was a great call. And he's right. What did it say? When Draymond Green comes out.
You are so proud.
Draymond Green comes out and tells us, first of all, he gets a contract extension in August. He's going into a contract year. And he gets the extension going into the season, knowing that they were only going to win about 20 games.
And I lost my mind when they gave him the extension.
So I tell you what I was doing when they gave him the extension.
I lost my mind.
I'm not hating on no man getting his money. But I was delivering flowers for the McAvoy O'Hara mortuary. Oh, nice. Delivering flowers to Cypress graveyard site.
Were you going to kill someone and whack someone?
No.
I was delivering flowers and a fish head and a horse head.
I had the white van, delivered flowers to the gravesite. So
hopefully that person wasn't carrying an orange.
No, I deliver flowers all over the place. Come on, stop, Shasky.
It's mafia talk.
Don't do that. Not today. Not today. Don't do that. But I'm listening to Steiny and JD. And they announced that Draymond got the extension. I said, that's interesting. Because my thought process is always, I don't care who you are, Steph, Dre,
Yeah.
I don't care. Contract year? We go, wait, I want to see how you play during this contract year.
I'm with
I want
you.
to get the most out of you.
Yes.
Because I know you need the money. You want
Exactly.
to increase your value. I want to see you play out a contract
Yes.
season. They gave him the extension. While Kevin Durant goes to Brooklyn and Klay Thompson's out for the year. I said, Curry gets hurt 4 games in, and the season, they go 15 to 50, right? And I'm thinking to myself, okay, you go 15 to 50. What did Draymond Green work on? And he told us after that season, I just didn't play hard. I knew we didn't have the chance to win many games, and I just wasn't into it. Instead, the mindset should have been, you know what? Let me work on my 3, because when Steph does come back and when Klay does come back and retool and get ready for the Western Conference, I'm going to be able to hit a 3 at a 35% clip because I'm going to work on my game, shoot about 10 threes a game. That didn't happen. And now we see it last night. Anthony Davis saying, I'm going to chill in the paint. Go ahead, Draymond. Do what you do. Didn't get better shooting. Didn't get better. That's an indictment on the organization for not helping them say, you know what? Let's work on that shot. Because if Draymond Green had a 3 right now going into this offseason, he may get a max contract for somebody.
He shoots worse than Russell Westbrook from 3.
It's unbelievable.
A guy that we like.
And he gets open, and they leave him wide open.
I know. And no one's saying that he's got to be a 40% shooter. Can you be like 33%?
Maybe 35, 33, 34,
B,
35.
I would do cartwheels if he was in the 30s.
Unbelievable, man. Let's take one more call before the break, before we get to the injury report. I'm frustrated, man. Last night was very frustrating.
It was the
And
straw
I don't
that
know
broke the
if
camel's
there's
back
an end
for
in
me.
sight. I look at the next 10 games. I said, dear God, when is Steph coming back? When is Andrew Wiggins coming back? What? Can you imagine? And I asked you this yesterday. If the Warriors don't make the playoffs this season, that may be one of the biggest disappointments from a Bay Area sports team in the last 30 years.
How are we different from the Rams right now? No, I'm asking. I'm not trying to be mean. No,
I know you're asking.
Like we crushed the Rams. Oh, you won your 1 ring. Like, and I know the Warriors have won 4. The other
They've
part
won 4. It's a little different.
The other part of this, I have a question to you about just the control and the ethos of the organization. I don't want to make like exact comparisons to the Nets, and I get it. These guys have won multiple championships, but at some point, the loyalty to the players. You got to take control back of your organization a little. And I feel like we've allowed too much leeway. There's too many guys on scholarship. And if I'm the owner, if I'm the owner, I'm frustrated right now with the direction of everything. And I want to take back more control.
I want to say this, though. Because I've heard this now for the last 24 hours. The Warriors aren't the Rams. The Rams went out there and made moves and bought a championship. It's a dynasty. This is so much different than the Rams. This is a dynasty. Now, this may be the end of the dynasty.
That's
the microwave.
Yeah.
The Rams got the little microwave championship in and out.
I'm talking about winning it and then just falling off, though.
Well, we've seen teams fall off. We've seen teams fall off. Not like this.
I mean, they wanted to be the Spurs. 2 years ago, they were trying to thread the needle of being the Spurs. Well, now it feels like we're more in the direction of the LeBron-led teams
if I'm not mistaken,
where we're all in on the now.
If I'm not mistaken, the Spurs won the championship in 2014. The next year, they lost in the first round.
This team might not make even the first round.
I know, but I'm saying,